From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Rulings expected to come out of the Supreme Court today. President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan may be among the rulings. We'll go over some of the implications this might have in a couple minutes.
Being a search and rescue commander in Gallatin County takes you on many different journeys. I'm Jolie Salee here at the Gallatin County Detention Center, where the search and rescue commander is being recognized for his service to the community, and I'll tell you about a new journey he's about to embark on.
All right, 6:32 on this Thursday morning. Jay McDonald, Chet Lehman, and Matt Elwell with you. Green. That is the word that's coming to mind over in the mining city
right now.
It's gorgeous.
I don't mean to throw water. Well, okay.
You are going to throw
I am going to throw a little water on that. You look at it however you want. When we pick up these rain showers and green things up, it does cause problems because our dry season coming into July and August.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we get a lot of growth promotion there early, and then it dries out and cures. Like,
Yep.
And then we start worrying about wildfires.
Yes, we do.
Smoke. Temperatures right now into the 40s. We are still looking at some very beneficial rain. Some of these downpours could be a little heavier. I think mainly mid to late afternoon we start seeing these showers popping up. Brief heavy downpours, very heavy rain for a few areas. Tomorrow's going to be one of those days that you see a more consistent rain across the area. Expected temperatures near 70 for Bozeman, but cooling quickly. And once we start cooling things down, we're not going to warm up for a few days. We've got Friday and Saturday where our temperatures are going to struggle, but we still hold on to that potential of rain showers. I'm going to talk more in depth about the timing and our flooding concerns in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. 6:34. Now, student loan repayments could start as soon as this summer if the Supreme Court blocks the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness plan. Now, justices have 30 cases left on the docket before their term finishes up, usually by the end of June.
Now, they're expected to issue new decisions today, which could potentially include ruling on whether President Joe Biden can cancel billions of student loan debt. Scripps News correspondent Stephen Graddick tells us what's at stake.
The futures of 43 million student loan borrowers are in the hands of 9 men and women. Any day now, the Supreme Court will send down their decision on 2 different student loan cases, which both argue the Biden administration did not have the authority to forgive millions of borrowers.
It's going to be a 5-4 decision, but I can't tell you whether it's going to be 5-4 in favor or 5-4 against.
During oral arguments in February, the Biden administration argued they could relieve debt under the HEROES Act of 2003. That law ensures borrowers don't suffer during national emergencies. President Joe Biden wants to forgive as much as $20,000 of debt per borrower for more than 40 million Americans. But author and financial aid expert Mark Kantrowitz says the estimated $400 billion cost over 3 decades did not sit right with the court's conservative justices.
There's something called the major questions doctrine, such as something involving something of significant sums of money. Then Congress has to have explicitly authorized the program.
Kantrowitz said several justices, including Chief Justice John Roberts, were doubtful President Biden could forgive loans because the HEROES Act didn't explicitly authorize a forgiveness program. Should the court rule against the administration, Kantrowitz predicts a rocky road ahead for debt relief.
Plan Bs are a bit of a stretch and are not a practical solution. Their main opportunity would be to convince Congress to pass such legislation, and that doesn't seem likely either.
26 million Americans have already applied for the debt relief, with 16 million approved. But nobody will see a penny if the courts block the relief plan. If that happens, loan payments will restart 60 days after litigation ends. Right now, Kantrowitz recommends borrowers update their contact information and set up automatic payments so they don't miss the potential restart date, or call their loan officers to discuss deferment options. Stephen Graddick, Scripps News, Atlanta.
All right, now focusing back in the Treasure State, many different journeys are involved in search and rescue, especially in Gallatin County.
MTN's Jolie Salee takes us to the Gallatin County Detention Center, where the search and rescue captain being recognized for his service, and he's soon going to embark on a new journey of his own.
Law enforcement say Gallatin County's search and rescue team is one of the largest and most demanding in the state, and it takes a true leader to carry out the duties of the job.
We went to 140 calls last year. We're the busiest search and rescue organization in the state of Montana.
In the air, on the ground, rain, shine, or snow, Gallatin County Search and Rescue Commander Scott Secor has answered the call. And today, he's being honored for his service.
Yeah, it was quite a surprise. I thought I was coming to a meeting for something different.
Several of Secor's colleagues got up and basically all said the same thing about him, that he always goes above and beyond.
I can't think of a more well-deserved award for Scott.
For almost 15 years, Secor has been with the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office, and for the last 3 years, he's served as a commander for the search and rescue team. He says the job has taken him on many different journeys, but now he's embarking on a new one.
It's pretty exciting. It's fun to look forward to the future and see what the possibilities are.
In September, Secor is leaving Gallatin County to go work at a firm out of Helena. And although exciting, he describes his new journey as bittersweet.
To have 140 volunteers that are so selfless, Gallatin County is so lucky to have them.
Secor also says that even though he'll be working on the state level,
I'll be working remotely in Gallatin County still.
something he's happy about.
3 more months.
In Bozeman, Jolie Salee, MTN News.
And of course, we wish Captain Secor the very best in his new journey.
He will be missed.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right, well, the finalists are set for what Merriam-Webster calls the Olympics of Language. 11 spellers out of the over 200 have made it to the final round of the Scripps National Spelling Bee after 3 days of competition. Now the stage is set for one champion to be crowned.
Scripps News national correspondent Maya Rodriguez is in Maryland this morning with what the finalists are thinking ahead of tonight's matchup.
It's been a long road for some of these spellers, some of them spending months, if not years, pursuing their dream to make it to the Bee. And now they are in the final round. Ahead of tonight's final competition, we spoke to some of the finalists about what it took to make their dream a reality.
When they are up on stage, it comes down to one particular face-off: speller versus the dictionary.
Correct.
But just getting the chance to step onto this stage takes hard work and lots of time. Making it to the finals, a vindication of it all.
At least for me, it's taken years of preparation. I've been participating since the 3rd grade.
11 finalists for the 2023.
For now, there is a joy these finalists get to share together for about 24 hours. And then it's back on stage to see who among them will be the new champion. It's a stage that Sarah Fernandez of Omaha, Nebraska says she can't wait to return to.
Some people are here in the audience, some people are on TV. You're given to face a difficult challenge, a word, and you have to spell it right in front of a lot of people. And I find that so special because there's nothing else that is equal to that feeling.
A nearly century-old spelling bee kept young at heart, thanks to the youthful exuberance of these spellers.
The relief part is still setting in, and the nerves you felt throughout the whole day are still coming out.
And while some of these words may seem to be tongue twisters, in some ways it's not the toughest challenge these spellers face. There's also the waiting and anticipation and knowing how to handle the pressure.
Sometimes you'll reach a tough spot or be doing a particular list that's extremely difficult. I think the main thing to do is not give up.
A spelling journey that is now nearing the end for each finalist.
When you think back on this week, what sticks out in your mind for you?
How much the competition has progressed. We had 229 spellers and now it's down to 11. I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I can't believe I made it this far.
But there can only be one winner, and that's thanks to the Spell-Off, which Bee officials created after an 8-way tie back in 2019. We saw it used for the first time last year, but the question is, will it be needed tonight? We'll just have to tune in to find out. Maya Rodriguez, Scripps News, National Harbor, Maryland.
The thing that really astounds me, the hours and hours of practice, repetition, help from parents, teachers, advisors. It's really incredible.
All winners, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
But there'll only be one.
I know.
Out of 11.
Time
out
to
of
tune
230.
in.
Yeah, crazy.
It's just an amazing accomplishment just to step onto that stage. So
absolutely
good luck to all those 11 that will be competing tonight. All right, time for a quick break. Well,